What's up, YouTube? Back at it again. And today's topic, I'm finna get a little jiggy, right? Women are doing what they're built to do, right? Women being rebellious, talking, doing all the things that are, men don't like, is what they were built to do. Women are built to be righteous and pure and virtuous. Women are built to do what they are doing, whether it be a 304, whether it be, family destroyer, whether it be, lesbian, whatever, right? They're built to do that. So, we have to say it is what it is. Women are just as much of sinners as anyone else in the world is. I don't know why men seem to think that, well, as long as we keep talking to them and keep giving them, the word of encouragement, over and over again, men have shown the value of women, the value of men. Why is the two-parent household better with two parents? What happens when man leave versus women? This is what man brings to the table versus women. But it's not going to change the women. The women are doing what they're built to do, and that is believe in themselves, push their chance for power. It's like the Super Bowl for them. It's like the NBA championship for them. They're in a big game of their life, the biggest game of their life, championship game with the men. And right, the men is trying to get them to just quit, right? Trying to blow them out. But the women, they keep clawing back, right? Now they took the lead, fourth quarter. And I don't know why men keep thinking that women are so guilty about, being the way they are. Women are proud of themselves. Self-love is an ideology that they hold on to. And that's just the way it is.
What's something that give you butterflies?
Money. Money gives me butterflies.
Yeah. So, the more the men talk, the worse the women are going to get. Because at the end of the day, women have their own autonomy. They have their own dreams, right? They have a significant amount of equity built up, in their civil rights and rights. And that's simple.
The great topics that you had, because all this stupid bullshit here, but it is what it is. I tried, but the stupid shit the 6 guys said, and the stupid shit Ali said, because they kept asking UL what the hell they was confused about, and then she turned around and explained the shit. He still didn't understand the shit. So Opulence, you turned around and said all the dumb shit about men have the right to be polygamous and all this bullshit. You said that dumb shit. And then
I didn't say that. You said that.
Can I? And then Ali starts whining about the same shit he always whines about, how women don't never want to be with him and all this other bullshit, and women divorcing and all this other shit. Here comes this fantastic divorce rates, statistics, all this stupid shit, right? This is what they do. They do it on every fucking panel. They've been doing it for like 20 years. That's all they do. They probably did it in high school at the goddamn fucking cafeteria table. It's fucking crazy. So this is all they do. This is all they fucking do. And then Diesel you turn around and say nobody knows what they're talking about because the military don't lead by example. It's something called
on the Untouchables Super Panel.
Just go to the next goddamn topic. I'm tired of shit. So the reason why I stopped being on these stupid ass panels is because of this shit. Y'all niggas don't know what the fuck y'all want to do. One, y'all are hypergamous or not hypergamous, polygamous by nature, but then y'all whine about how a woman don't want your ass or don't want to stay with your ass. Shit is stupid. So the bottom line is, and this ends everything if y'all want to end everything, because it's not my panel. Men are expected to lead by fucking example. So if you want to run around talking about how you are polygamous by nature, your woman is going to start wanting to be polygamous by nature also, because you are the fucking leader. Your woman goes by whatever it is that you teach and said. Six, you literally said your job is to groom the woman. So if you run around fucking all these goddamn women, she gonna go out fucking all these goddamn men. And now
I fundamentally disagree with you, Mr. Lego.
Well, 1 second. Let him land the plane. Fantastic and opulent can rebuttal. Go ahead.
Mr. Lego he's saying he's tired of these talking points. And you know what? I can feel his pain. Because at the end of the day, all this talking, women are still walking. All this talking, women are still walking. Women are becoming more of a force each day. They're no longer pushovers. They're no longer going to acquiesce to a man's demands anymore. Because they are highly protected, highly regarded, and they have the level of victim imagery. No matter whether they right or wrong, people always give them the benefit of the doubt.
I just need to say one thing. I need you niggas to just stay on one track and stop running around saying multiple shit because it's confusing the goddamn women. You want to know why women don't know where the fuck to go and what the fuck to do? Because you niggas don't know where the fuck y'all going.
And he's wrong. He's wrong. He's wrong. Women know where they're going. Now, it may not be the best for them, but they know where they're going. Right? They're going wherever they feel is lead them. They're going to go what they feel is best for them. And I think, Mr. Letgo, a lot of men don't get this. Right? Women are not loyal to men. Women will always be loyal to their feelings. They will always be loyal to the emotions. They're not loyal to an individual per se. If they have feelings for that individual, then they will be with that individual. And to those feelings they have for that individual, they will be loyal to. But the individual outside those feelings holds no value. So he's wrong when he says, oh, well, the reason why the women don't know where they're going because you don't know where the fuck you're going. No. Men know where they're going. We know that we got to get a job. We got to be a high earner or a decent earner. We need to be physically responsible, to court our potential wife. We know where we're going. I mean, we say the average working class man, he knows that for him to get a wife, to get looked at or value in society, men know that economic success is a large part of who we are. So we know where we're going. We know we need to get to the bag. That's not even a question. So what is Mr. Lego talking about? He is a little delusional.
Y'all are the fucking leaders.
You know what? Let me just say something really quick. I've been sitting here listening and learning.
We are not the leaders and never have been the leaders. Right? Right? The governing of the law splits the family in proportions of dynamics. So therefore, you can't run your house the way you want to run your house. A man can't be overly masculinity to get his point across. So a lot of men have to do a lot of negotiating, right? We got to do a lot of compromise. We got to do a lot of concession, right? A lot. That's where the happy wife comes from. Happy wife, happy life. Because men figured out that, the only way this is going to work, I have to take a step back.
Trying to see if I can learn from you men. And I'm going to be honest. What I've been hearing is that it's okay for a man to have his polygamous nature and a woman is supposed to accept it. I've been and you groom her to accept it and she has to be okay with it. And then if she acts out of nature, then she needs to get reprimanded if she's acting like a girl or a child. And it's like, hold on. I agree with what Sarah's saying. Where is the morality in it? Just because this is in your nature, does that mean you should do it? Will it help your relationship? Will it help your woman's mind? No, you guys are supposed to point to each other. Now, I don't agree of a woman having this childlike nature and it's okay. It's not okay. A woman should be submissive. A woman should be there to uplift her man, be loving towards her man. Not none of the stuff that you guys are saying most women are. There are women who are very loving, very, very attentive to how they treat their man and give their man a lot of love. And to be honest, a lot of you guys tonight, I feel like confused me. You have confused me.
Can you put names on it? Can you put names on it? Can you put names on it? We're not going to be offended.
Put a name on it, guys.
One second. Can you say who confused you on the panel?
Ali confused me. Opulent confused me. And
women are submissive, but they're submissive to their feelings. See, that's the misunderstanding. It's the misunderstanding. People think, grandma was submissive to grandpa. No, grandma was submissive to her feelings and, also the big picture, right? She's the journey. Because at that time, women didn't have the access they did, right? So a lot of those marriages, a lot of those relationships lasted longer, a long time, and because it just wasn't a lot of options. It didn't, women they didn't have the access to the resources. They didn't have a lot of social media to show them, that they could be better. So they stayed within what they thought was the right thing to do. But we also know that mom was pillow talking or teaching the daughters to don't be like her, to don't depend on no man. Right? So even though those relationships lasted, the marriages lasted longer, sophisticated, even though the grandmother and them lasted longer, a lot of that was for survival's sake, because they didn't have the access. Right? So those days are gone. Right? Women now have been granted access to a large portion of resources, and they don't need a man per se. And what I mean by that is they don't need to marry you anymore. They can still be with men and still get those resources and not marry them, or they can get a job, right? Or they can find something they want to do. Women have autonomy that is, to them, very satisfactory. And women are loving this new power they got, right? If she feels in her mind that man doesn't make her better, she is very, I would say, she's very proud and very confident to walk away from any man or person that does not align with her feelings and her emotions. So this is the controversial subject, right? And we're going to see what Mr. Lego and them go on this.
And Fatty, you saying
No, I'm innocent. Don't put me on that.
Listen,
Don't put me on that.
no. Listen,
It's not going to be a RICO case. I didn't say nothing.
Let me say something. You saying that it was your duty. I understand when you come into a marriage. No, you don't have. It's not happiness all the time. Forgive me for saying that. That's not the tangent I was going. A woman, you don't have to be happy 24/7. This is a marriage. This is you two coming together to work together. Put in effort. Both of you putting effort. It's not a one-sided thing. But Fatty, when you say it's just your duty, like to wake up every day and you know what, I'm just gonna be a robot here because it's my duty to be in this marriage. But no, what happened to communication?
Okay, so
wait, Yuli, what part? I want to know what part you confused on, Yuli. What confused you?
Let me just
Everything that came out your mouth.
One second, please.
Your name is not Yuli.
Hey, 1 second, please. Fantastic and Opulent is going to have the chance to reply to what confused it. I'm not going to jail because of Ali. Ali, you're going to jail. I'm snitching on you, right? I will say this, right? Life, for most part, is eventless or miserable. It's not on the happy side. Happy is something that you experience once a week on Saturday when your football team is playing, when you go out with your woman, you guys have it is something that is very sparse. So what I'm saying is that if, for example, I'm friends with Mr. Fantastic, and Mr. Fantastic said, hey, bro, my wife is being a great wife. She's being a great mother. She's doing all the things that I need to keep my family, but I'm leaving her because I'm going to chase some ass. Me and Fantastic not talking anymore. It's over. We don't say, chase your happiness, king. Go ahead, king, and chase. Go ahead, and hey, you deserve to be happy, king. We are going to say, hey, bro, if she's doing what she needs to do, you need to stick by her because the misery probably is inside of her fucking head. It has nothing to do with her. She's doing her job. Your kids are smiling. The dog is coming in and barking and says, glad to see you, Fantastic. If you motherfucker can handle with the best end you could possibly get, it's your fault. Woman always put that shit on the man. They can be miserable because their brain is not working. They can be miserable because their body's fucked up. They can be miserable because it's something about them. They always have to put that shit on the man. And if the dog is happy, the kid is happy, and the man is happy, like Opulent Six said, your marriage is in danger. But if the dog is happy, the kid is happy, and the woman is happy when that man walks in, that shit is fine. You are going to stay a decade there because the
happy wife, happy life. And I do agree with Fatty on this point. If you're in a marriage past 5 years, it's happy wife, happy life. I'm under the impression that that's the sentiment. I believe 100% of the marriages that last a great while, that woman pretty much has her way. It's just the way women are and the way the newfound power they got. They're just way too, they're way too forward with it. They have no problem with pulling the trigger on that divorce. They have no problem with walking away, taking the kids, tearing the house down, burning the house down, right? These women are like tanks, right? The moment they feel, now let's get that straight, feel that you're not aligning with their feelings and their ambitions, they will run you over. They'll walk it out like it's nothing. And it ain't just black men. It's Asian men, white, it's every race of men is getting left. Every 5 minutes. I'm trying to tell you. Right? So I just want to say that any man who has a good, more power to you. Any man happy wife in it, happy life in it, he's doing what it takes to understand that it's just no winning. It's just no winning fighting. It's just no winning in fighting these women over. Cause see, men, we pick and choose our battles. We pick our battles, right? We don't like to fight over every fucking thing, especially when we get older, right? Maybe when we're younger, little elementary, you know, we might. But typically, men, we pick our battles, right? So we don't have no problem with giving up a few battles, right? Just to get the win, keep the family together, keep the house in order, keep the, you know, the vision going forward. Women, they will battle to win because this is what they built to do. And we as men, we have to stand in there and endure these hurricanes.
Men look at you, says, damn, I'm doing a pretty good job. Even though I'm not okay with myself, let me go ahead and keep going. So if we give you this information and you can digest it and understand how men think, that actually shows that you don't believe that men are leaders. Because if my dad says something, I shut the fuck up. If the sergeant says something, I shut the fuck up. If my boss says something, I shut the fuck up. But for whatever reason, romantic relationships are the one where the man is literally telling what he feels, and most men feel, and most men are, yes, I have an itch to fuck other bitches. I just don't do it because I'm respectful. And all of a sudden, instead of saying, you know what? Thank you for giving me the raw game and telling me the truth, you go to, I don't understand why you guys keep doing this.
No, I didn't say that.
No, okay.
Yuli, can you tell me where you confused at so I can offer you some clarity? You made a statement. I want you to stand on it.
Fantastic, please go after Upland 6, please.
I would like to offer you some clarity.
Sorry.
So, and this is, like I said, this is the problem. We want to, men on these panels are study trying to fix these women. They're trying to fix these hyenas. They're trying to fix these selfish bitches. You can't turn an apple tree into an orange tree. It's just not going to happen. You can give your woman the best advice. You can tell her every right thing to do to the benefit for her to win, and she would disregard it because, once again, gentlemen, women are loyal to their feelings, not to you. So if she feels, you know, that, you know, whatever she feels about, and you don't agree, you are public enemy number one, and your relationship's in danger. See, and I understand that, you know, we want to kind of talk down on, oh, well, emotional intelligence. We need to bestow it. Listen, these type of things you have to walk away from in your marriage or in your relationship.
Nick Cannon.
I always tell people, like, at 30, I ain't have no.
Is I speak my truth in the moment that I'm in. What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of It's Giving. I am your host, Sarah Fontenot, and if you have not yet, please, for the love of God, hit that button below and get subscribed. Hit that little bell so you get a notification with each new piece of content, because every week we are bringing you the goods, okay? And we are not going to let you down this week. This week, y'all, we have a freaking icon in the building, okay? You know him as an actor. You ever actually figure it out, or do you feel like it's a forever going thing?
Yeah, it's a forever going thing. It's a journey. You know what I mean? Like, I think, you know, with the spirit of a changer, entrepreneur, you know that it's you're constantly figuring out. You know, like it's never gonna be enough.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a vibrant lifestyle of
Ooh.
being like, all right, what's next?
Yeah. Does that ever get exhausting?
Yes. I hate to say it. I used to always say no. But I don't know if that's age or like, you know, even like my own like health struggles and stuff. So now I got to take time for me.
Yeah.
You know, because if I get weak, I'm super weak. And so I got to make sure that's part of the constant journey is like, yo, you got to keep swimming.
Yeah. You've talked a little bit about like the health struggles that you have.
Yeah.
Which one is that still like the biggest struggle that you have? Do you think that's the only real struggle that you have? Because you're successful, you're loved, you're adored, you're appreciated, you're respected, you know?
I mean, if we're talking like the things that really matter, staying alive is the only, you know what I mean? Like, I think but I'm not any different than anyone else. We all have something that we're going through and that especially when it comes to dealing with health. I mean, when we know the statistics, specifically in our community, it's like the goal should be always but I mean, again, it's purposeful. It's one of those things where it's giving me a new lease on life. It keeps me healthy. It keeps me grinding. I probably was slowing down in my pace of like, oh, I'm chilling, I'm good, I did. And then I was like, nah, I got 12 mouths to feed. I got 12 minds to inspire and 12 hearts to nurture.
So do you want more children or are you done?
I don't know.
You're still open.
I'm open to it. I mean, it changes every day, to be honest, because I think my plate is full right now, but my plate's not always going to be full. I'm still a young, virile man.
I'm still out here having a good old time.
But I mean, like, there's no immediate plan.
Like, you would never like do a vasectomy?
I don't know. I'm not opposed to that.
You're just open.
Yeah. Like, because I don't know what life is gonna bring. If you would have talked to me when I was 30, said you're gonna have 12 kids in 10 years, I was like, man, get the hell up out of here.
Right.
But, you know, so like long ago I stopped trying to predict day to day and just appreciate day to day.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Who knows? I don't know what life is bringing.
You just open.
But I love every aspect of it. I love every step on this journey.
So do you feel like, well, first, how many moms are there?
6.
Dang, that's a lot of emotions.
It's quite a bit, you know. But like I said, I'm grateful to them. You know, I have reverence for every mother of all my children, just based off of. I know my situation has probably made their life more difficult than them making my life difficult.
Because of how people would talk about them?
I mean, not even that. Just the alignment. You know what I mean? Like it not being your traditional, you know, 6 different people. It wasn't that. And it wasn't obviously, you know, any monogamous settings either, but it kind of happened how it happened. I mean, my youngest daughter is 2.5 and, you know, my eldest is 14.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it wasn't all, but then there was a pocket that was like, you know, I got 5 3-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like, so
degenerate ass nigga.
That if I would have started when I was building my skyscraper, if I had a teammate and a partner that was going.
What'd you call him?
Fucking degenerate.
But why you call him degenerate?
All them goddamn babies, man.
You can afford them.
It don't matter if you can afford them. That shit ain't fly.
It is.
Niggas out here smelling like brute and baby food out here and shit.
My mama bust down 9 kids. My great grandmother bust down like 15.
Damn.
Like, I'm confused about what you call them degenerate. Like that's more traditional, right? Grandma's them was put 15, 20 kids, like it was nothing.
But they was from like one man, right?
Sometimes. The father is prevalent. Come on now. So, see,
what's this man? How many baby moms he got?
I think 2 or 3.
Nah, it's
Oh,
like,
he got 4 kids, 3 kids from Mirage. I think he got another.
hold
2
on,
kids.
let me look it up.
I think he got like 2 or 3 baby mamas. Not sure. But I
I
mean,
think it's like 5 or 6.
okay, 5 or 6. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Why do we?
He fathered 12 children with 6 different women. That's some degenerate shit.
No. I'm saying, what do you find degenerate about that? Do you know what degenerate means?
Hell yeah, I know what degenerate means.
What is that? Define it for us.
Man, I off the top of my head, I don't know I
It's a-
don't do the whole guessing.
Well, just say it's an act of rebellion.
Well, it's like bad acts
It's a back
compared to like society norms. So that's what degenerate is.
So, are you telling me that it's not normal for a man to have multiple baby mamas in society in every part of the world?
Not a newer age, because we know more. We studied more. We
Oh,
seen
right,
how
right.
like multiple.
That's not what I asked you. Is it normal for dudes to have multiple baby mamas throughout the history of the world?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
But
then he's not degenerate, then, right?
nah, he's degenerate because I mean you can't compare like newer age to older times because a lot of times they was doing it in a capacity of like families. Most people, what was the living age at that point? Like 35. They were living to like 80 something. You don't need that many people. Plus, you know, most people didn't have a capitalistic infrastructure, so kids cost now. So,
but he can afford them.
He can afford them, but there's also a time element. There's also like the fact that if you get 6 hood bitches pregnant, you can't control their households and stuff. You can't control like what guys are kind of interacting with them kids. So that's where the degeneracy comes in.
But his baby mama, what, Mariah Carey? Are you saying she's a hood bitch?
Not her, but the other ones already started filing like paperwork on them. They done moved on with other guys. So it's like now that them guys are in the household, you ain't got no control over that.
So I understand your premise, right? What I'm telling you is it's normal for a man and through history of since the beginning to have multiple baby mamas. That's normal. Degenerate is doing something that's not normal, right? I mean, you want to say, I mean, Shaq got I just can't see why a man would really care if a guy has multiple mamas. It's not really affecting, especially if he's rich, right? It's not like taxpayers got to take care of kids. Stop, you know what I mean? He's taking care of his kids. So as long as he's able to, I mean, I can see the gripe with taxpayers saying, well, if there's a whole bunch of dudes laying kids out and they're going to jail, ain't taking care of them, and taxpayers got to pay for them. Okay, I can understand an argument, right? And a bit of money coming out the taxpayer pocket. But we're talking about a man who's wealthy, then that doesn't apply, right? This guy he's well over 50 million. I don't see a problem with it. If he can afford it, he can make sure they have, all good schools and, and food on the table, right? I mean, you got to agree with that, don't you, Mr. Jerk?
Nah, because it's just not about finances. Because, back in the day, at least those guys would, kind of still have the covering over the households. They would live in the same like proximity and stuff like that. So when you got this type of stuff that they're doing, they're just all they're doing is getting people pregnant and kicking out a bunch of money. And then they got no leadership over those households and stuff. So a lot of times what them women are going to end up doing is putting resentment into them kids. Those guys that are living with them females and stuff, eating off of his dollar, are going to end up having more influence over them kids than he is. So they're going to end up hating them. So it's like you're doling out all this money just for that female to raise a kid that's going to despise you. So that's where the degeneracy comes in.
Oh, but here's the problem I have
with the boy Jerk cooking.
I'm have to say that, Tom Brady wasn't his wife. They had the same kid, 3 kids, and she just left him because of football decision. So now his family's busted up. You know what I mean? So I'm a little confused. Like, what are you saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if men who are the American standard of excellence, like Tom Brady, right? And now he got some baby mama, right? Right, the kid. I'm just saying, right? You can't. It's just no way to say which way is better than the other. Married men are sitting here trying to say, well, you need to be married and you got as many kids under one house, one roof, right? That would be your stance, correct?
Can you repeat that real quick? I had to step off real quick. My bad.
The married man argument is have under one roof as many kids as you like, correct? Under one woman, one marriage, one union. If it was 12 kids with one woman, one household, you'd be cool with that.
I don't even have an issue with people having multiple wives. I don't know why nobody would want to do that, because you're just paying for a bunch of chicks. But I'm just saying, at least. Oh, what was that?
No, I was just shouting out to the next level. Go ahead.
Okay, my bad. Was good, next level. But nah, I was just saying, like, even if y'all live in the same general area, say like you bought up a cul-de-sac, y'all got houses next to each other, but you got oversight over that. You controlling who's coming in and out of them houses. I wouldn't even have an issue with that. So I don't think it has to be. I prefer, just like one woman, one household, because I don't want to have a bunch of kids and I ain't trying to pay for everybody's shit. So I'm cheap. But I'm just saying, like, at least if you're gonna do it, you need to be in the same general area. You got to have like oversight and some control over them household.
Well, if she gets another boyfriend, that goes out the window. So
no, absolutely. So yeah, that's why I say most of the time it ain't gonna work.
Y'all can live next door to each other, and she get a new nigga, your reign just ends, right?
Yeah, facts. That's why I wouldn't. It ain't mostly gonna work. That's what I'm saying.
No, well, that's what I'm saying though. So I'm just saying, whether you have close proximity or they spread it out, once she gets a new man in that house, it's a wrap, right? And for the most part, even if they're not a man in the house, her rules reign supreme, pretty much. What's in that house? But I just want to say that I do think you made an unfair judgment here. Yeah, because this man is taking care of his kids. We're in a modern era of, you can have your kid's phone. You can make sure. I mean, you can get to them very. Access is right. I'm sure he's negotiated terms of when he gets his kids to spend time with them and the allocated funds. The responsible part is, shouldn't you be championing that?
Fuck no.
Being responsible is not to be championed.
It's not about being responsible. It's about understanding. When you establish these complexities, just think about it. One kid might be looking at the next family and be like, damn, my dad be over there a little bit more, or, my dad is over here. So when you create them dynamics, you don't know how the kids could view those family situations. And a lot of times that's where the issues are going to come into. So, a lot of studies been coming out, like a lot of kids like end up in bad states because of these family dynamics, because of like jealousy, or like, damn, my dad is splitting his time amongst all these families and shit, so they're looking at it like, man, that's unfair. Why is he over, say like he ends up actually with one of the mothers. He's gonna be like, damn, he's got his family living over there. I got to live over here and shit. So those complexities, that's why I think the issues come in. So even though, like you said, he is taking care of them, but I don't think you should get a pat on the back for taking care of your kids.
Well, that's not the conversation though. That's not a topic. We're not sitting here saying pat him on the back. But what we are saying is, if we're going to criticize a man on how he should build his legacy, and yet we're not, because we do understand the topic of the show, right? Women are doing what they are built to do. You understand that, right?
So what do you, what's your, I'll say, purpose behind that topic?
Women are doing what they built to do. So women are.
So what they built to do, I guess that's what I'm asking.
Is to be a thorn in a man's flesh, right? Women are on a large scale, right? Creating havoc They are indulging in full autonomy rights, feminism, proudly, right? We ain't gonna talk about deletions or abortions, whatever you want to say, right? They are, boy, they was damn near about to burn the country down when they passed you can't abort law, right? They are on a move for supremacy, and they're doing what they're built to do, and that is to create havoc, right? This is where the happy wife, happy life sentiment comes from. So this is nothing new. It's just now it's because of social media, because the media is bigger, mainstream, that now we can clearly see that women are pushing for equity in not only relationships, but in day-to-day life, period. They want to be looked at as equal or even better than in most cases. And this is what they're built to do. And the reason I put this topic on here is because I see niggas on these panels, which we're going to go back to a little bit, sitting here trying to fix these girls. Right? Trying to talk to me, we want you, if you listen to the man leader, the house is better when the man is there. 2-parent households are better. Right? All these talking points trying to prove to these women, or I would say humble these women to go back to or resort back to what they perceived worked better, which was traditional roles. And it's not going to happen because women are seizing the moment. They're in the NBA finals, right? Women are in the Super Bowl of life right now, right? And their opponent is men, right? That's their competition for different things and different marks, right? And I guess us men don't want to accept that this is just who they are. This is who women truly are. They always been this way, but now back in the day, they had to bite their tongues, you know what I mean? Because they just didn't have access. They didn't have the wherewithal, plus not enough movement. Now, because they got money, they're believable, right? They got protection without a man. They got protection without a man. They can get money without a man, per se, right? So let me put context to that. Money without a man, meaning they don't have to get married anymore or get into a long-lasting relationship to get money from men. Now they can just get money indirectly from men without doing all that other shit. So they have access to men's money without marrying them. So this is the independent. I don't need a man, although they're still using men to get where they need to get to, but they don't need to hitch to tailor. Hence, right? So this is what they are doing, right? This is what women, they're showing out. They're in the Super Bowl. Yeah. And they're not going nowhere no time soon. And us men are still, we're trying to fight the fight to bring it back to normalcy, which we think is normal. And the women are not, they're not going to cooperate with that method. And we have to accept that. And I just think a lot of men don't want to accept that. What do you think, Sophisticated?
I agree with you. A lot of men don't want to accept it. But I think there's multiple conversations happening. Because like you said, I think a lot of men are trying to take it back to being traditional. So they're trying to pull them that direction. So I agree with that. But I also think, man, there's guys that's just like telling women, like, because this is the position I come from. I'm like, hey, this is why, like, the guys at the top that you probably really want ain't fucking with you. Is because you ain't following the line, and them guys got the ability to move away from you, and they got options. So I kind of tell that story. Okay, then you got some guys that are just like on some modern shit, like, hey, I see the changes happen. Y'all giving out ass like in abundance. So hey, they're good. So even with this whole new system, even though like women, it might appear they might have some control, is actually I think in them later years, man, when you see this shit playing out, it's actually benefited guys. I just think that traditional group of guys, they just have a rewired their minds to understand that, like, look, this is actually pretty good for us because they give it away to milk for free.
But what milk for free?
Ass, nigga. What the fuck?
No, actually, you're absolutely wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
You crazy. They sleeping with everybody out here. They might tell y'all that they ain't, but trust me.
So let me bring you up to speed. Let me update you. Because see, that's what it was back in our days. Right? Back in our days, women was giving up for free. Like it wasn't nothing. You handsome, got a little game. It was like, you ain't got to be handsome. Just a little game. Women give you that coochie. No problem. She give you a number, boom, out, hook it, bang, bang it. Now, these women are monetizing themselves. They're not even giving it. They're not giving it for free unless they're mud ducks, scallywags, dope beans, or some shit. That's not, they on drugs for that shit. Or they're fat, obese. I mean, ugly in the face. They're really pretty in the face and obese. They're still, they may not do it. Still, they might not. The price may be a little cheaper, but they're still. These women are out here that lost their fucking mind. I ain't gonna lie to you. I talk to them all the time, dealing with, me, I'm dealing with these women. I'm hands-on. See, that's the difference between me and you, Fisk. You're in this little world on the outside, inside looking out, right? I'm in this bitch. I'm dealing with this shit hands-on. And these women, and I tell them, y'all can't do y'all people like that, man. They don't give a fuck, right? Because women, their social media is eating their asses up. They see this big ass illusion of success, right? And not understanding that only 15% of the people may ever in all time ever achieve this. Only 15% of people in any generation may only achieve this level. That they think they can just get out here and get it on their own. So, but how they doing that? Because most women aren't educated. Most women are not physically strong enough to, do some of the jobs that are well paying. Also, most women are lazy. Let's keep it real. Most women are rebellious to their parents. They don't want to listen to nobody. They're rebellious to everybody. So what they do, they get out and sell that coochie. This gives them the freedom to not have to answer to no man, right? They go to the strip club, OnlyFans, whatever, and they sell a service, whatever, dance, whatever, get the money as much as they can, boom, and that's their income, right? So this is what's happening here. And the women you see, a lot of these women you see out here walking around in Miami, in these downtowns, you get to talk to them. Oh, what's up, girl? Ooh, ooh, you cute. Oh, yeah, you. And the next thing you know, hey, I got, you come pay my bill. I got phone bill. These women are doing this. That's why the scammers are getting all the coochie. The average man who's working at, McDonald's and at Building Emporium, they're not getting none. Barely. They have to go into monogamy. So let's listen to Mr. Lego, and then this goes to my topic, right? Because I kind of agree with him on some of his rhetoric.
Patty, we're not even going to touch on the great topics that you had because all this stupid bullshit here. But it is what it is. I tried, but the stupid shit the 6 guys said, and the stupid shit Ali said, because they kept asking UL what the hell they was confused about, and then she turned around and explained the shit. He still didn't understand the shit. So Opulence, you turn around and said all the dumb shit about men have the right to be polygamous and all this bullshit. You said that dumb shit, and then
I didn't say that. You said that.
Can And then Ali starts whining about the same shit he always whines about, how women don't never want to be with him and all this other bullshit, and women divorcing and all this other shit. Here come Mr. Fantastic, divorce rates, all this stupid shit, right? This is what they do. They do it on every fucking panel. They've been doing it for like 20 years. That's all they do. They probably did it in high school at the goddamn fucking cafeteria table. It's fucking crazy. So this is all they do. This is all they fucking do. And then Diesel, you turn around and say nobody knows what they're talking about because the military don't lead by example. It's something called
on the Untouchable Super Panel.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And this, I agree with him in a sense that we keep going in motherfucking circles with these women, right? What do you think?
I mean, man, it's kind of a weird topic because, like I said, man, I think the issue with a lot of men is that, man, you could take one chick and she's gonna sleep with like every prototype of men. And I think this is what men don't understand. She's gonna sleep with the broke motherfucker that work at Foot Locker. She could sleep with the millionaire guy. You look at her past, successful. She gonna sleep with an attractive guy. But where guys gotta like dig into is like, which one of them guys got the best deal? Like, who got the best treatment? Who is she willing to work with? And that's where I think most men don't want to like dig into, because that's where shit gets a little painful. Because, you know, you might end up being the one that's not getting a great deal. And that's why I always tell guys, I'm like, man, you can't, the body count shit and all that. It's like, man, females gonna mess with everybody because one guy might provide attention, one might provide resources, one might be the attractive dude. So you got to figure out which like package you want to get from the female. So for me, it's like, I want to get the best treatment. I want the female that's going to work with me. So I'm coming from that angle. And I think, so everybody's right with the conversations that they have. And that's the funny thing. Cause like Ollie's right. Mr. Let Go's right. Mr. Fantastic with the stats. Hell, numbers don't lie, you know. But I think everybody wants their position to be the only position, and they don't understand like all this shit overlaps. So I mean, I agree with everybody, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, you got to dissect it down to the level that it's like, okay, man, you know, a female would get with everybody just depending on what time, if she's single, if a guy approaches her, because man, a lot of times women just get lonely.
Let me break it down to you. You're somewhat. But you're missing a lot.
Nah. I'm telling you, I got this down to the T.
No, you don't. Let me tell you where you're wrong at. Number one, depends on the level of attractiveness. Number one, right? You got to break it down to this type of shit, right? So you have your 1 through 4, 1 through 5, 1 through 5. But these below average women to average women, right? Then you have 6. You got 6 is middle ground, not really average, but a little bit attractive. Then you got 7, 8, 9s, and dimes, right? So now, all this is what gets you laid, what you don't get laid, and who's going to get laid, right? So if she 1 through 4, these chicks, yeah, they're going to get they'll fuck anybody free, right? Because they can't really get the guy they truly want because they just don't have everything to get the guy they really, really want.
So do you think a 5 and a 6 is getting what they want?
Now the 5, no. The 5, this depends on her body, right? Depends on her body. Now, if she is stacking and packing, she can pretty much get any guy she wants, damn near, right? 5s and 6s, if they got body and average faces, below average faces, or like not so much, but their body is excellent, and then they got a little bit of conversation with them, oh, they can pretty much to any guy they want to, pretty much, right? And they're not giving the guys who their understanding of their value and most of these women overvalue themselves. So then they're not going to give the guys who are less than or who look like they thirsty. You're not getting it. You're not. Then her body count might be 5 to 6. Their body counts might be 3 to 5 at 25, right?
But Ruthless, let me ask you a quick question. So, like, majority of these females, how many of them do you think actually lock down like a high earning male?
Less than 1%.
Huh?
Less than 1%. Locked down, you said?
Yeah, locked her down. Like, okay, and that's what I'm saying. It's like that shit really ain't gonna happen. So they fucking the people that they say that they don't really care for, and that's what I'm saying. As part of the conversation, that's where guys got to realize, like,
but this is what you're not missing, right? So those women, now I ain't got there yet. So the 5s and the 6s, right? Think they're 8, 9s, and dimes. If they got a banging ass body, right? Their body's off the chain, like a Serena Williams, right? Right? That type of woman, right? Okay. Then these women, most of these women are a lot more, I would say, picky. Okay? Meaning they don't want to get touched by a lot of guys. They don't. So these are the hardest ones to attain, which sounds crazy. Then you got the 7s, 8, 9s, and dimes, right? Now these women are pretty monetized, right? You can touch them. They're easier to get than the 5s and 6s with the banging bodies because they monetize themselves at a higher rate, right? Okay, so these are the ones you see at the concerts. These are the ones you see at the football games, at places like this, chasing. They are most of these very beautiful. And we're talking about very attractive women, right? They come with a price. The average man does not have a chance. He might get some in high school, right? He might get lucky if he's on a football team, basketball team, get lucky, or be in a class and get close to one of these chicks, and maybe they first or whatever. Okay, I give them that. But once they hit 18 and their parents tell them, baby, you got to pay your bills, it's a wrap, right? These women are going out here and they're doing what they do, right? Some of them going to college, they get educated, and they condescending, right? They think they're better than, right? And they pretty much typically date older guys, right? Or athletes who have potential. Can't be sitting the bench, nigga. You need to be the starter and you need to be good. Like, they need to hear your jersey number, right? So this is the thing of the average man, right? Or I would say average earner. These guys can, every now and then they get lucky. Yeah, every now and then can they get lucky and hit one of these the 8, 9s, and dimes? Yeah, right? But to have a relationship and sustain a healthy relationship is nearly impossible if you're an average earner of these 7, 8, 9s, and dimes. And I mean, these 7, her body is excellent. Her face she's just few, inconsistencies, but everything else is excellent, right? And she's highly desirable. Highly desirable women are very expensive now, right? They have their demands, they got their expectations, and they're coming with them, right? And a lot of these women are anti-broke energy. So to them, brokenness is 40, 50K. That's what broke is to them. So you pull up on them in a Toyota, get out of that Toyota, right? That's going to turn them off. So when you're saying, oh, well, yeah, these women fucking out here, they fucking out here. Well, prostitutes. Yeah, you see a lot of prostitution going on. It's not like it used to be where girls, you just give guys just for the hell of it. It didn't matter if they're 8, 9s, or dimes. Now these women are monetizing themselves. They are putting themselves, they overvalue themselves, and they're trying to charge for it, right? They come in and they're letting you know, you better not take these girls to no damn motherfucking Chili's, nigga. And Chili's is a good restaurant, you know what I'm saying? But social media has fucked it up because when, the girls be up there faking, you know what I'm saying? The guys, they be at Mastro's, at these high 5-star in restaurants, these girls say, this is what I deserve. I deserve this. And I won't settle for less. So they got from 18, they got from 8, Hold up, man. Hold up. Look who pulled up, man. Hold on, let me play this song, man. I got, let me play my, hold up, man. I got my hands all right. My boy up here. So this is what it is.
Where's Daddy? Come on, let's go.
For what?
I said no hugging, no holding, no talking, no touching. This.
My boy, 100 watts.
What's good? 100. Yeah. Young Gunner.
What's up, fellas? That's what right there, boy. You been out there some girls. What? No hugging, no touching, no touching, no nothing.
Yeah, nah. Cut all that shit out. Cut all that bullshit out.
So yeah, so let me bring you up to speed. Me and Jerk up here chopping it up. Now you see
I'll be right back, man. I'm listening in.
Okay. Women are doing what they're built to do. And Mr. Lego has a rant here. I'm gonna let you hear it right now and I kind of agree with him in a way, but I do believe men don't want to accept that women are not turning back to being traditional no more. Those days are over. You muted.
100%. Yeah, those days are done.
Yeah, so let me play this real quick and then we'll get into it.
Hypergamous or not hypergamous, polygamous ass panels is because of this.
Go back a little bit more.
Let him, 1 second. Let him.
Hey, let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook.
And then Fantastic can reply. Go ahead, Mr. Let's go.
No replies. Just go to the next goddamn topic. I'm tired of shit. So the reason why I stopped being on these stupid ass panels is because of this shit. Y'all niggas don't know what the fuck y'all want to do. One, y'all are hypergamous or not hypergamous, polygamous by nature, but then y'all whine about how a woman don't want your ass or don't want to stay with your ass. Shit is stupid. So the bottom line is, and this ends everything if y'all want to end everything, because it's not my panel, men are expected to lead by fucking example. So if you want to run around talking about how you are polygamous by nature, your woman is going to start wanting to be polygamous by nature also, because you are the fucking leader. Your woman goes by whatever it is that you teach and said. 6, you literally said your job is to groom the woman. So if you run around fucking.
I disagree with that part.
I don't.
A woman, I disagree 100% with that part. Women know what they want. Women don't follow men. Do they compete with men? Do they try to, do the things that men do? Yes. But women typically, they follow their feelings, right? Whatever they feel is best for them, they will.
But Ruthless, do you think like if the guy's polygamous, the female is going to have the mindset like, okay, he's doing it, I need to go out there and get me some guys too? You think that's going to more of the likely happen? So I think that's what he's trying to say.
Oh, let's say you take a woman like Fur Not, right? But she a bad bitch. She's just going to get rid of you. She's going to leave, and then she'll wait for a guy who is going to acquiesce to her. So you got to depend on the level of woman you're dealing with. Most women, especially if they're bad bitches, if they get with you when you're seeing you or dating you, whatever, for some time, and they find out you got a roster, they're going to give you an ultimatum, right? Because to these women, right, these particular women, right, these educated, highly elite women in the corporate world, they hold the value of body count really high, right? They're not letting a whole bunch of just run through them. So they're going to give you the ultimatum, hey, either you going to be with me and only me, or I'm going to have to move on. And that's what they're going to do. Now, if she's kind of a woman, like a hood chick, like a little, just wild, she might do some stuff like that. She's a little young and she ain't really got no education. She just out here in the streets, and then she mess with you and she see you have a whole bunch of chicks and you didn't tell her, and she finds out, yeah, she's the one that's gonna be like, oh, well, I'm gonna go smash your friend. Oh, well, yeah. Now, them level of chicks will do that. But remember, you got tiers of women, right? You got different tiers of women. Every woman even though they're not as divided as we are, but these different tiers of women have different ways they go about their approach. Okay, so if you got women who are at the top, who's top earners, but they're looking for top men, and their ego is big, they're not going to run their body count up. It's just not happening, right? Then you have the educated women, who's younger ones who are in college, you know, they're around sports. They're kind of 304 and here and there. They're like picky 304s. You know, they're not really everybody, but their body count is going to be like 10 to 20, right? Right in that level. And then you got just the 304s, and then you just got the hood chicks, right? Who just they just went to business, right? They just with every fucking thing. So you got different tiers of chicks, yeah, that you got to understand. They all kind of want the same thing, but I believe a lot of approaches are different.
So I'm hearing you, and it sounds like you're agreeing with what he's saying, in the sense that any chick that's willing to sign up for that willingly, because there are plenty of chicks that'll hear, like, that's the scenario, like they will hear it honestly from the man, like he'll be upfront with the shit and they'll sign up for it willingly. And those are vulnerable bitches. Like those bitches are vulnerable to get caught up by a nigga whispering in her ear. Like she's already in an open situation. So yeah. So I agree with him. Like,
can you clarify that? You mean sign up for what?
Sign up for polygamy.
Oh, okay. I'm good. Go ahead, finish your point.
Yeah, no, yeah. A woman that would be willing to sign up for that willingly, I do think is and will find herself in a position where she's going to get caught up with someone else. Because it doesn't have to be a man that she end up getting caught up with. Because if you bring in bitches in the house, it's possible that she's going to be like, you know what? Maybe I like girls more than I thought that I did. And that's the same, like, it's just the same thing. I mean, it's the same fucking thing. So yeah, I agree with what he's saying. Like any woman that's willing to sign up for some shit like that is going to end up stepping outside of whatever the fuck y'all got going on.
So let me help you out, right? Once again, right? It all depends on the level of woman she is. Depends on what level she's on, right? Let's say the queen maker, somebody like that, they're not going to do that. They're just going to leave you. They'll fucking divorce you. Take your money and leave, right? They're not going to go and say, oh, well, let me go get me some.
This nigga said the queen maker.
Yeah, like that. Her level of ego of what she represents. To these type of women, and the reason I said the queen maker, because she's on a level, even though she might not be the financial level of Front Knot and all these other women, but these type of women hold themselves esteemed as valuable, as lower the body count, the more power they have, right? So these type of women, right, if they do sign up for a guy who has multiple women, right? Let's just hypothetically say, right? They're going to take it till they just can't. Then when they can't, they're going to leave you. They're going to break up with you or divorce you, whatever they're going to do, and they're going to move on their lives, right? They're not fit to go out here and jump in and start having all these affairs, because to them, their values in the lowness of their body count, the exclusivity, right? That's to them, that's valuable, right? So now, Watts is speaking to, I agree. If you marry Bonquisha, right, who's just really emotional, and she's not really care what people think, and she's got her own autonomy. She's more independent on I'll say degenerate level. Now she's gonna do that. Like she will. Some of them will go out and try to revenge cheat, right? Okay, so I'll give you that. Okay, there are women will revenge cheat. But this is what you guys have to understand. When you're talking about polygamy, right? Meaning you're upfront and you're telling this woman, this is my lifestyle. I have this girl, this girl, this girl. If you cannot deal with this, you have the option to walk away right now. Right? And she says, you know what? If she rock with you, I'm going to fuck with you anyway. Then her mentality is going to be different, right? She's not going to just try to go fuck another guy just to get back at you, knowing that she signed up for you being with the women you were already with before you met her. So she's
This is where you guys are delusional.
No, most likely she's going to tell you. No, most likely she's going to tell you, if she can't take it no more, she's gonna leave you. She's gonna break up with you because she signed up for this. If she signed up for it, then all responsibility falls on her. If I'm honest about and being transparent about who I am as an individual. Now, will she get jealous and say do some things that are try to, make you leave all other girls? Of course, right? They always gonna try to throw a shot here and there, but she's not gonna cheat. Because I'm gonna tell you why, Shane, especially me, right? Because I'm dealing with a lot of really pretty girls. A lot of these pretty girls don't like majority of niggas that want them. Like 98% of niggas that want them, they don't want them. And the guy that may cheat on me with or for is probably unattainable, right? He's probably up in the sky somewhere, right? Where she gotta do all this other shit to get to him. So she's just gonna stick with me, right? As long as I'm getting her down good and we're having a good time, she'll stay in there longer. Listen, polygamy will be the future for the guys who got it going on. Because I'll be honest with you, and I'm gonna pass it to you guys. A lot of women are saying, and I'm out here, I'm hands-on. I'm hands-on. They rather share than be with a broke nigga.
But see, I think the polygamy thing, man, I think a lot of guys are delusional. Let me break it down. I think you have an understanding of the dynamics. So that's why you're going to fare out better. But if a female would accept those terms, and this is what 100 was getting into, and this is why I agree with him with, she already has a certain mindset. Typically, it only happens in two ways. You're paying all her shit, and she already got the mindset like, look, I'm cashing out, or she's going to fuck somebody else, like where she's open on her end. So a lot of them would sign up for that because they already kind of know, like, okay, this guy has this fantasy of like having multiple women. So I'm going to ride this out for a little bit, but I'm either going to cash out or I'm going to open it on my end. And that's how it's going to play out. That's how it always happens and stuff like that. So I think a lot of guys get caught up in that because they're like, oh, I got multiple women. Oh, I'm the man. And she's like, she's sitting back. She's like, okay, watch, I'm going to drop it on them in a little bit. That's how dudes get finessed.
I'm going to take y'all to school on this one.
Okay.
This is going to pivot this conversation. I wanted to hear Hunter Watts. I know he's going to probably
get 100 take, but that's how it happened. I'm trying to tell you.
He's gonna jump through his avatar or whatever. He's gonna be like grabbing my little waves I got what's left. So this is the one thing you're missing, right? And this is the one thing that I believe men are delusional about. Women have never been loyal to men. Women are loyal to their feelings and their emotions. That's what they're loyal to. So if that woman catch feelings for you and she meets you and she really digging you and she sees that you have all these women, right? Most women are going, and she'll say, okay, I'm fuck with you. Now, there's going to be a few stipulations. I do agree with you. You do have to be financially capable to at least, you know what I'm saying, where she feels that she can benefit in other ways about it.
But Ruthless, let me give you a little pushback real quick.
You said they're loyal. I'm sorry. You said they're loyal to what now? I heard what you said. It was just that one word I forgot. You said they're loyal to what?
Their feelings and emotions. That's what women are
loyal to their feelings and emotions. Okay.
Yeah, they're loyal to that. So if that woman catch feelings, this is why do you think they chase rappers? It's not that the rappers are the best dudes and people like, why do they chase the police?
For the money.
No, some of it, but let me tell you something. Let me tell you a secret. There are women who are still in love with Tupac and this nigga's dead. I'm telling you.
They're in love with the thought, the convenience.
So I think that I think the same way that women are loyal to their feelings and emotions, men are loyal to their ego.
I agree with that. I agree with that as well. I agree with that 100%.
That's a good point.
This has been a while since me and him agreed on 100%. I do agree with me.
But let me ask y'all a question. Okay, so say like you are him, and walk with me with this. And this is why I always try to tell guys this stuff. The polygamy stuff don't make sense.
Right.
You're him. You got the attraction. You're successful. You got the personality, charisma. you honestly think a woman will want to fucking share you at that point? Just like if we found a woman that like had all her shit together, we wouldn't want to share her. And that's what I'm saying, man. If a female is polygamous, dog, she's already from the jump mentally checked out, like 100 was saying. she's not in the game. So I know guys want to pitch stuff like, oh, if you're him, she will allow you to do whatever. No.
So you answer the question.
A female ain't gonna share you if you are him. Like I'm telling you. Like
when you ask the question, or you sharing?
Oh, go ahead. Respond. My bad.
So of course they will share you if they vision you as their vision and they coexist with their feelings and emotions, they will share you, right? Even Brittany Renner got with Kevin Gates. Don't have all these bitches. She married him. It was short-lived, but the average guy couldn't even got her to do that, right? It was short-lived because Kevin Gates, he's the type of guy that, his cutoff game is superior, right? She buck one way, it's over. He not have a nice life, right? That's how he moves. But my point is this: women have always shared men throughout history, right? Most women, 20% of men are getting most of the pussy. Just that, it's just the truth of the matter. Even in high school, right? Niggas, all my homies, I know for sure that was fucking the same girl. 4 or 5.
See, Ruthless. This goes back to a conversation. Okay.
So what I'm saying is, women are loyal to their emotions and their feelings, meaning if she idolizes you in a certain way, she might think it's even more attractive that you have other women. Some women want you, if you have a lot of women, they want you more if you got a gang of bitches. This is a fact, right? Because I have lost coochie because women thought I didn't get no coochie. Right? This has happened to me when I was like 15. Like
Big dog, I gotta do a callback. I gotta do a callback real quick.
Okay.
You did a whole live. We had a whole conversation about men liking to be lied to.
Yeah.
I think you're proving the point that women like to be lied to.
Yes.
Yes. Right? Because women generally, like you said, they'll share. If they fucking with him, she know he got other bitches that he fucking, but she don't want to know it. She don't want to admit it. She don't want to see it in front of her. Like to share a home with other bitches, like they'll play with it for a while. Because like you said, Brittany Renner did it. She'll play with it for a little while, but then it's gonna come a point where her feelings and emotions are gonna get involved and say, well, you know what? I'm better than that bitch. Why he can't cut her off for me? It's gonna happen.
I agree with you.
She would rather that nigga lie to her and be like, yeah, baby, I'm gonna go out of town for a couple of days for a business trip, knowing he about to go break somebody back. She would rather he lied to him, and she would probably be down for it the long term if he don't just put it in her face, having her just look at it every day.
So I do agree with you. There are, like I said, that's why it's a process, right? It ain't just you gotta meet 5 women. You gotta you're gonna have to rotate through women to figure out who's a good fit or who's not. I would even 100% agree with you if I wasn't living this life myself. Right? I know what women will do. I have right now, and I'm not gonna put their names on it, but all these girls are friends from high school, right? And all of them are my bitches. Right? And we all work together. We do things together sometimes. Sometimes we just separate. And let me tell you something, Watts. I'm gonna give you Kaya. I've met all of them at the same time. I've met all of them at the same time. There's outside. I pulled up. I threw a joke here, threw a joke there. They laughed at me. Then the one, Kiana, she was the most aggressive at the beginning. So then we
just say I don't want to put no names out there.
Yeah, that nigga.
Well, y'all don't know.
You might as well give out social security numbers in this motherfucker.
Y'all can't figure it out, so I'm just gonna put that. Kiana, we hooked
you
up
don't know
right
how the internet work then.
Zodiac signs and shit. You might as well tell it all. Goddamn it!
I'll put a name with it. They on my Instagram, so I'm tripping. I ain't tripping. So they on my Instagram, and all of them got my Instagram. So let me tell you, let me keep it real. Everything about me is transparent, sir. Everything. All of them go to my Instagram, be like, ooh, boy, you be eating good, right? So anyway, right? Kiana got with me first. Then her and Kaya are best friends. Then me and Kaya got together, and now we're gonna get all three of us are together. And then, you know what I'm saying, Pandora, she came in and she kicked the door down. Them two was trying to get rid of Pandora. They were trying to talk her out of it, but she didn't care. She's like, I'm cool with it. And yeah, so I'm with all three of them now. So my point I'm telling you
but even with those three, you do have the understanding that they fucking somebody else though.
No, they're not right now. At least
Oh my God,
this nigga.
100 to my understanding. Like, come on. You see, I don't think that's
Your
fair
understanding?
because we don't even know. A lot of niggas have wives, one wife, and they could be cheating. They could have work husbands. We don't know. Women are slick. I'll give you that. So I'm not going to say.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we had a whole live where you're basically telling me that women in relationships is sneaking off on their nigga, and you telling me you got 3 bitches and you don't think none of them is sneaking off on you?
But you got to hear me out because I'm going to walk. Let's walk this down, right? Let's walk this down. The reason why, and this is what I truly believe, they're not fucking anybody else but me, is because I'm everything they want. The guys,
this nigga the black Brad Pitt.
No, I'm for real. I'm keeping it real. The guys that want them, number one, are in their age group, right? But they're missing too many things, right? They're missing too many things. They're immature. They don't have a lot. You know what I mean? Me, I'm stable. I'm handsome. I'm and you know my D game is, you know, superior. All those things line up, right? And they are listen. And y'all seen them. Y'all seen them. They can go get other guys. I tell them too. You know what I said? Anytime you're ready to walk away, this is what my part of my deal is with them. I said, look, anytime you're ready to walk, you know, just say, I can't take this no more. Do what you do. I give them a kiss on the forehead and send them on their way. And I have them replaced tomorrow. But my point is, even with me dealing with these three, I got the replacements in order right now that I'm leaving off, right? That I'm not letting in, right? And they're waiting. So women will, if number one, if you transport, plus I got a mouthpiece, I got game. So I know how to, you know, I break it down to them like, look, this is how I'm doing this. This is where I'm living, blah, 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 right? That's something else, right? But my point, every man ain't got that. Number one, every man ain't got what I got, right? So I'll give that. So to sophisticated jerk point and your point, women will and have shared men in past. There's been a thing called side pieces. There's a lot of side pieces, knew who the wife was and liked and accepted that for years. Right?
I don't understand why women won't like. I'm hearing you, big dog, and it's crazy because women believe that this is the perspective of all niggas, and I be trying to tell women like some of us is too lazy for this shit, but bro, I'm too lazy to be doing what the fuck you talking about right now, bro. I don't give a fuck enough to be doing.
Well, we're not trying to self-polygamy. Not trying to self-polygamy, 100 watch. I'm just telling you 100. I'm telling you my story on my watch. Now,
and I'm not saying I'm not saying I don't believe you or you're lying. I'm not saying anything of the sort. It's just like I'm listening to you and you clearly fit into this. Like when I listen to you, okay, I'm gonna give it to you, right? You clearly fit into this box of the niggas that these bitches is looking for. And for some reason, they keep missing the fact that you niggas is saying this shit. Like they keep y'all keep telling them like, oh no, I'm not locking down with you bitches. Oh no, you just one of my bitches. Like y'all are telling these bitches this shit, and they still not hearing it. And for some reason, they putting your perspective on me. Like, bitch, I work too many hours to be trying to do what this nigga doing. So if we're gonna make it an income level, cool, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Like that's perfectly fucking fine.
Right.
I just know it's plenty of niggas that's out here like, baby, my life is simple enough. I don't need to be adding in a bunch of extra shit. I barely want to deal with you. And you talking about 2 extra bitches? Nah, yeah.
But here's why
I be wishing women would just hear sometimes that niggas ain't really always on that shit.
Here's why Ruthless is full of shit. and it's gonna start with a compliment because Ruthless. I say it all the time. Ruthless got game. He got swag. He got the personality. My man Fly. He remind me of my old heads on my block, man. Like I grew up around that, so I understand where he coming from. But that's why I'm saying this is where it's capped because all them niggas I grew up with that was like Ruthless. They did have multiple girls, but they had a lot of drama because them chicks would always fall in love. Like they whips was getting scratched up. Them chicks was like fighting in public. Because man, you can't separate from the emotions. That's what I'm saying. If you're him, like you have to be so stone cold with it. You almost have to be like, if you engage in this type of stuff, you got to be like, look, I'm gonna be doing this, but you get to do your own stuff. Or like I said, man, you got to pay the bills to like diffuse their emotions, because if not, man, I'm telling you, it's coming tenfold. It won't last. It's gonna be so short term and stuff like that. So I know Ruthless, man. Like that's what I'm saying. He got game where I know he dealt with a lot of emotions until he probably honed his craft.
Here's the difference though between me and the old heads, because I'm from that time. Them niggas was players. I'm not a player. Difference. They was selling dreams to different bitches that they would only run. And they get caught. And that's when all the drama come in. Oh, be you lying, you motherfucker, right? That's where that came from. And this was the old me. This was the old me. I was lying and, I ain't got no other business. I got 3 other bitches over here that I'm seeing, right? That's because I saw my uncles do it. And then I thought that was the way you do it, right? Which was stupid. And let me tell y'all a quick game. My last relationship made me man up. My last relationship made me man up. So what am I doing here? Why am I acting like I'm afraid to tell these women the truth? Every monogamous relationship I get in, the women always accuse me of fucking everybody, regardless of whether I'm fucking everybody or not. And there's relationships that I wasn't fucking everybody, and I still was accused of fucking everybody. And I said to myself, all this baggage I had to put up with all these different women that I deal with in monogamy, I said, it wasn't worth it. Why am I living my life and sacrificing my happiness for these bitches? Or for this bitch who's ungrateful, who's petty, who always got all these motherfucking issues, right? You know what? After I got out that 4-year relationship, because she wants to get married. And she was a bad bitch. After I got that relationship, I said to myself, I made a conscious stand, sophisticated. I said, ain't no motherfucking way I'm fin to let these bitches talk me into this bad contract again, this monogamous shit. You did me and only you, and then all we do is argue. All we do is fight. All they do is complain. I ain't telling you that shit. So this life right here, I said, okay. And I've been doing it for 5 years now. I tell the girl straight up the gate. This is who I am. If you can't accept me for me, you need to keep it pushing, because I'm not changing for none of you bitches. They laugh, why you gotta be a bitch? Because that's what you guys are. Now you can be my bitch, or you can get the road and be somebody else's bitch. But I got other bitches, and you need to respect that. I had even girls that sometimes some of the girls be trying to fight the other girls, but I got that under control. But my point is this: I had to get some balls. I had to show some balls. They got to stop being honest with these. Why am I scared to tell these women the truth that I want multiple bitches after the 6 months that I'm with you? Because I'm sick of you. You ain't holding up your investment. You're guys complaining, and then now I'm looking at other bitches, but I'm not gonna do it because your emotional wreck. And I don't feel like explaining myself to you. So when we broke up, when I dropped out that 4-year relationship, I said I would never give a woman exclusiveness because she doesn't deserve it. And for me, I deserve what I fucking want. You know what? Fuck make it. Because every relationship I've been in, monogamy with a woman, the relationship always end up being about them. Always about them. So I say, you know what? It's just going to be about me.
You were simping, Ruthless?
No, I wasn't simping. I was just trying to live the monogamous lifestyle. No, I was just trying to live the monogamous lifestyle.
Okay.
To keep the stability there, right? I wanted to potentially build with this woman, and I was doing, what it takes, right? I said, okay, I'm gonna have to, empty my phone out with all these numbers and shit like that, right? Just to keep a healthy relationship. But then when I seen that, to me, I wasn't happy in a monogamous setting, I said, once I got that 4 year deficit, there's no way I'm going to lie to a woman or even try to pretend to a woman or try to meet her demands in anything because she does not deserve it. Because guess what? If a woman want me exclusive, they can have me exclusively, Mr. Jerk. They got to pay for that shit, though.
Okay. I like that. That's what I'm talking about. That's my whole steez right there, man. Shit, that's what I'm on.
You want me to yourself? You want me to get rid of all my bad bitches? I got quite a bit of them. You got to pay for this. You got to pay to play, bitch.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about, Ruthless. Okay, you on point. See, man.
This nigga turning to Drake talking about this sex so good, I shouldn't have to fuck for free.
Ruthless turned light skinned. That's what I'm talking about, Ruthless. He probably glowing in the dark right now. Cam up, Ruthless.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Are you going to pay for me to be? Because I'm tired of giving up my options for free. And then, look, and then we're not even guaranteed. We're not even guaranteed to be happy down the line. She might leave me at the end, and then I'm like, "Damn, I gave up that bad bitch 3 years ago."
See, here's where I agree with you. Here's where I do agree with you, right? Like, I do have an understanding of where I am in my life. So understanding where I am and where I am going to be, fuck where I plan to be, fuck where I'm going to be in the next 3, 5, 10 years. Because I have my plan already set out. It's already moving in motion and I have work to do. Cool. If I'm in a position where me and my child's mother are no longer together, I definitely agree with you. Like, there is no woman on this planet that deserves anything that I get from this point. Because for them two to one give birth to my child, because I don't plan on having kids at this point anymore. What's up? Are you done eating? What's up, yo? Going somewhere. Do what you're gonna do then. I don't plan on having more kids. So there is nothing that a woman can do for me for real at this point that provides a type of value where I need to be monogamous. So I completely understand what you're saying.
Yeah. And then, that shit was tough, man. The monogamous shit is tough, man. But now, once again, how I construct my situation now is my boundaries are a lot different. Number one, I'm not moving none of my women in with me. They can't live with me. That's one. Two, because they got to get their own crib, their own. I help them out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do help them out in certain things in their venture, quest life, but they can't move in with me. And I don't. So they do not have access to my phone ever, right? Ever. Yeah.
Do you have access to their phones?
Nope. I don't want it. I'm not insecure. I don't give a nigga. Listen, tell y'all something, man. Let me tell you something, homie. I'm not gonna sit here and try to chase a bitch pussy down. I'm not trying to control a bitch pussy. I know for sure she gonna get that motherfucker away. She gonna give it away, regardless of if I'm checking her phone, if I'm chasing her.
No. We ain't saying you do that, but we just saying like they definitely they fucking. You gotta stop being delusional.
What I'm saying is this. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you do this. What I'm saying is I don't check none of my girls' phone. When they text on it, when they're around me, I don't even look. I don't ask them who they're texting. I never do that. And I pull my phone out. Other bitches call me. I'm like, hold up. My other bitch calling me. She's like, okay, like, what's good? I'm at the restaurant with such. I'll give it to you later. Right? And these bitches better not even dare. I swear to you, even dare try to touch the phone. I'm paying the phone bill for her. But this is my the way I run my ship is, we cool when we together, right? And when I drop your ass off, I see you when I see you. Yeah, we get that. They call me FaceTime stuff. Some of them call me at night. We take some few conversations. They have some shit in their mind. I listen to that dumb shit. But hey, it is what it is, right? But you're not moving in with me. You're not moving in with me. You don't touch my phone. And none of y'all say anything to none of my other bitches or about none of my bitches, or you're dismissed. Immediately.
Do you believe that they're showing up with a certain level of brokenness.
No, hell no. These chicks, they loving it.
So they not fucking and they whole.
Listen,
they not fucking and they whole. A sophisticated jerk. I'm gonna be like Rufus when I grow up. Dog.
And this is the thing about men, right? This is where men are delusional. Women and men together, we both like extra. We do. We do.
You said extra?
Yeah, we like a little extra bitch on the side. We might get, you might not get caught, jerk, but I believe you might have indulged here and there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna throw you out there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, right? A little bit of piece, a little extra the pie. You know,
never that.
I mean, yeah, of course, yeah. You gotta. I don't know who's around you, right? Yeah.
Now I know ain't nobody here. I'm in the safe comforts of my house. Nobody around. We good.
And if the condom don't fit, you must have quit, right? So yeah. I'm with you, Rick. I'm with you, jerk. Yeah. So yeah. All I'm saying is we as men, right? Now there's some like homies that like jerk. They don't like other women. They don't want other women, right? They just don't like them. They like the one they got. That's what makes them fucking cool. And they just don't really fuck with other women like that. And they're very rare, but there are some homies like that. Then you got Watts, 100 Watts. You know, he's disciplined in the. You know, he's trying his best.
I'm trying my best because I will be clear and say that I ain't perfect, okay?
Yeah. You know,
I'm not perfect. Okay?
None of us are, man. Shit.
Because I'm not perfect, and I'm no matter what anybody on the internet is gonna say, I do got juice. God damn it, I might be an ugly nigga, but I got some juice. So I done fucked up a couple of times. I
gotta tell by your vocabulary, you got game. You know how to hold a conversation. That's the key piece.
Yeah. So I do think that some men are too condescending about, you know, I don't cheat, I don't do that. But I think they're the ones who got probably 2 or 3 bitches that slid in there. But, you know, I ain't saying no names. But it's all good, though, right? It's all good.
Say some names, damn it.
He said, put a name on a bullet.
Jerk. Yeah, jerk. So we understand.
But even in that though, right? So even when it comes to monogamous men and cheating, like,
yeah,
okay, even on that, there's a clip of Shaq talking about the different levels of cheaters. Like, it sounds goofy as hell, it sounds stupid when he say it, but I do believe that to be true. Like, there's definitely a space that exists where niggas are in long-term relationships and fucked up and was just like, you know what, damn, I shouldn't have did, like, fucked up and actually like, damn, I should have did that. I got a good woman at home, that type of shit, and want to make it better. And then there's just other niggas that just like fucking and lying to his bitch. So I'm not gonna say that spectrum doesn't exist. I just be wanting to make sure that it's clear for all of these conversations that there is a man that will pop up and say, hey, not all of us think that way. Like, all of us are not.
No, I agree with you 100 because, like you said, there's a spectrum, and I think where it gets lost with a lot of men, because I have to tell them sometimes, it's just like, man, we all like women, you know, just by design. But I think some guys just like productivity and money more than pussy. And I think it's a small percentage, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not even delusional with it. But I just fall in that category, man, where like, I guess I hopped off the porch early and I've been out there where I was just like, man, it's unproductive for where I want to go in life. Kind of like what you were saying, 100. It's like, man, I got goals and I'm trying to kill the game. So I just don't function good in that system. Maybe some guys do it better than me. I'm not even a hater. I'm like, hey, maybe I'm just not the best at it. But man, when I was dealing with all the emotions, and I'm a cheap nigga, you know, just being honest, like, man, it wasn't for me. So I'm a one woman guy because I just know my limitations. I know I just guess I got awareness and understanding for the whole game. And I'm like, it ain't for me because of all these other elements. But if some guy can manage it and they could do it better, like, hey, by all means have that. I just knew, like, when I started dealing with emotions, I seen other people do it. It just don't work out too good. But I do understand that there's some few anomalies that do exist where a guy could pull it all together. Maybe that's Ruthless right there. So.
Well, I'm more like, I'm just saying, every guy can't be me. I understand that. I'm not putting this type of burden because everybody doesn't have. You got to have some things.
Go ahead, stun on us. That's what I'm talking about, Ruthless.
To get to where I'm at, you have to have some things like me. Like I check off a lot of boxes for a lot of women. I am a bad bitch magnet. I ain't gonna lie to you. And most homies ain't like that, right? They're just not. And I'm just that's the majority. So I'm not gonna, but it's okay though. It's okay, right?
And a nigga like me is in the ear of one of your bitches, big dog. She got her own place. She got a nigga that's taking care of her whenever he show up over there. Oh yeah, my broke ass is going over there and eating up her fucking fruit snacks and breaking her back.
Now on that note, 100 watts, any woman can be taken. So I understand that. I'm not delusional.
All right, okay. I appreciate you saying that out loud because earlier you said you didn't think
I don't check their phones. You didn't hear that? I don't care because I know that she gonna do. I cannot control no pussy.
So you on that Mario whining shit? You don't want to know, huh?
No. I want to know, but I'm not gonna dig for it and look for it. When it comes my way, I'll deal with it.
Oh my god, that is exactly what the fuck this man here. I fuck with
this.
He
know what's going on. Roof is like shit.
I'm not gonna make any false accusations. If something's suspicious, I'm gonna lay back in the cut and wait till I get all the facts. Because when I go in, I'm coming to execute, right? And I've got all the information.
Nigga said he John Wick.
I'm gonna tell you right now, part of my 5 to 10 year plan is an internet radio station. I swear to God, as soon as my shit running, nigga, you got a Monday, Wednesday, Friday show from 9 to whatever time.
Yeah, Mike him up. Ruthless is gonna be famous out here. But Ruthless, so how often do you see that? Because man, you got a nice little rotation, man. So how often, like during the week, would you say like you kind of visited them?
I do once every other week.
Once every other week? Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, man.
Once every now and then, there's that some coochie be extra good that week, so I might hit them back to back like the Lakers. But typically once every other week. Some of them once a month. And the other girls, they be trying to, are you available today? You know, I'm free. What you doing? I'm like, no, this is not your day, and it's not happening. So I mean, I keep myself sharp, pencil toned. But like I said, sometimes the coochie be banging, and I'll do it back to back, like Kobe. So yeah, I don't.
You was married before you like financially got your feet, or did you find your feet first before you got married?
Who?
Jerk.
Oh, Jerk.
No, me and my wife got married in our 20s because I just got into the military when I met her. So when I got married, it was like right when I got out of the military. So yeah, I wasn't doing too good. We was going to school at that time. So we kind of grew with each other.
I don't think Jerk fits the prototype of a balancing multi women. Right? So that's why he got married. Because he probably in the military, he probably was at partied a couple times and, you know, ran into a few pretty little chicks and he saw that, you know, that they was whatever they was doing and he was like, fuck that. I'm cool right here in this little world right here. And, you know, it worked for him. Every man, you know, we're not a monolith, so it's okay, right? Every man ain't, because dealing with multiple women, you have to have some sort of, you got to have some discernment to know when a snake is a super snake, you know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to like get away from them. You got to cut them off immediately. Some men, they see a bad bitch, they just go all in, right? They open it, nose wide open. So,
yeah. I just honestly, I didn't have the patience, man.
Patience.
I don't have the patience because I'm super ambitious. Where I'm like, hey, I'm going this route. I'm leaving in like 5 days. I'm going over here. And that's how my life been, man. I just been on the move, so. To a certain degree, I knew like most people, I couldn't just be in like relationships.
Yeah, you built a wall. what you call you built the wall because you knew on the other side was ugly.
I mean,
not even that. I just had a destination to get to, and most people wasn't built for that ride.
Yeah. See, okay. All right. I'm thinking about it right now, right? And I'm thinking about it in terms of myself personally, my attitude, my perspective, and I'm seeing how at different levels the thought process can be different, but I also see the difference between Jerk and where I may be, because they met when he had work to do to build.
Yeah.
And at this point, anyone who is to meet me is while I'm building. So if you don't provide a certain level, then you don't even need to be in my fucking space, because all you're going to do is just slow down my fucking process. So that's where it does put me in the space to understand ruthless in terms of I'm not committing to none of y'all. None of y'all are none of y'all have that kind of important. Like, I understand that part for the climb. And then I can see once shit happens, like once shit gets settled and I don't have to work as hard as I did, once my systems are now basically taking care of themselves, I can see how now at that point, you know what? I got a bitch over here in Ohio. I got a bitch over here in Florida. I got a bitch over here in Texas. Like, I can see it. I just, it's also hard because I personally have a hard time trusting people, and having 3 or 4 different women who I'm supposed to be close to in this way, they don't sound right. It just don't.
Let me make a preference. I don't trust none of these bitches, but I still fuck. So I don't trust none of them. Really.
But 100, you 100%. I think Ruthless, man, because he older, so it makes sense. That's what I'm saying. I don't even shit on his position, because like you said, if you're not building with somebody and they don't put that like equity into the cause, man, I'm gonna operate the same way. Like I'm gonna be a mercenary out here. So like my wife, she's the one that got the deal because she build with me, where I could, be monogamous in that situation because we built with each other. She was there from the jump. But after that, man, if I'm built up at this point, dick ain't free no more. Like if me and my wife break up, it's a wrap.
So I'm gonna play this tape real quick and see what she got to say.
Over it.
And define wife to me. Are you talking like in like the virtuous proverb? So as a grown woman,
yeah,
what is, because you've accomplished so much, you've done so much. What is the purpose of marriage for you?
I personally don't think, like, be a god, right? Because I know I'm a wife, even though I'm unmarried. I personally think that I cannot experience my greatest levels of trust without being a wife, because now there's another man that has leadership over it.
And define wife to me. Are you talking like in like the virtuous Proverbs 31 aspect?
I mean,
of
you
it,
could
or?
look at Ruth, you could look at Sarah, you could look at Esther. There's a lot of different women
like,
that are
even in
teaching you
those,
how to be a wife. And a wife to me means you have staying power. It means you have something going for yourself. You can't be a feminine woman and be broke. It doesn't exist. It's not a thing. Now, not to say you don't lead with your money. That's a completely different story. But you have to have something for yourself. If you look at the virtues,
that's where she needs to shut the fuck up.
She was up before the sun came up. She was respected in her community. There are a lot of, or if you look at Esther, when the king wanted something from Esther, and he said, "What do you want? Even if you could have my kingdom, you could have anything that you want."
Right.
She said, "Let me throw you a banquet."
Yeah.
And I feel like these are the things that women aren't doing in this day and age. Sometimes that man doesn't even realize, yes, the ask is going to come later, as it should. But there are some times that women don't even understand. Sometimes your man you need to throw him a banquet. You need to celebrate him. You need to have something for yourself. You need to be disciplined. You need to be respected in your community, which goes back to why I believe in when you're promiscuous, you lose value. It goes back to when, if everybody's running through you, if everybody can have it, what makes it exclusive? If it's not exclusive, why would anyone want it? Right? They might take it for the night, maybe 6 months, but they're never going to wife it. So
why is wifing it the ultimate goal?
I don't think it is.
Because before, traditionally, if we talk about what marriage was really about, it was about property exchange.
Yes.
And
dowry.
And unfortunately, ownership and for the male's ego, in that sense of like whether he was going off to war or wherever he was going, he knew that his household, specifically even his children, were his. And that's why they needed the contracts. That's why they needed to establish this land belongs to this offspring, and therefore, and even in the times of colonization and even beyond, it's like, people put marriages together. Even the way Solomon built his kingdom was because he was able to marry so many that he enlarged his territory. And what also was part of the downfall of allowing other, ideologies into his kingdom. But if that's no longer, and now we've gotten to this place of, equality and
it's such a scam. We're not equal. We're equal in value, but we're not equal. We're different. We're so different.
But you can accomplish everything that I can.
No, I can't. You're a man and I'm a woman. You are different. And I'm so
But
sick and tired.
I'm talking pure accomplishments. I'm not talking about, biology.
No. You know what I could never do? I could never be the woman that maybe some woman out there, I could never be the woman that pushes a boulder the furthest, but a man could.
But I know some women that can push boulders way further than some men can.
And those women, I love that for them. That's not women have
They
lost
can
their
in a
place.
little
We
bit.
don't know our place anymore.
Now that I'm hearing this,
I really believe that.
And you believe your place is a wife?
No, I
Why
didn't
you
say
gotta
that
be a
either.
bitch?
I think I can't experience the deepest levels of trust without being a wife. And that is an experience that I would like to have.
Oh, so you gonna give a man all that?
All of it. Recklessly.
And that's why she's not married.
Yeah.
You hear how condescending she sounds? Now, this type of woman is coming in with expectations beyond what you can imagine, right? It would be very difficult to even maintain a long relationship with her, because she's going to buck you on every issue, right? You see how she's going back and forth with him. He say this, so you can imagine this is why she's not married. She a bad bitch, and she's not married, right? And for the record, bad bitches are the very least to marry. They're unmarriageable in my opinion, right? Even though I deal with them, but I have no plans of marrying them, so it's all good. But if you get married to a bad bitch, you are making a grave mistake. A grave mistake, because their egos are just too big.
man, I think the issue with them, because you're right. But it's like, not only do they have all these accomplishments, because she's pretty accomplished, but then you add in all the preferences on top of that. So it's just like, she's looking at like 0.0001% of like who she would fuck with that could actually like kind of put her in check. Because anybody she feels that's underneath that, she's looking at them like she's settling with them. And like you said, that's where she's going to get that disrespect. So that's the issue. But she's spitting all these like Bible verses and stuff. And it's just like, she probably is a good person, but you're not virtuous, so you can spit up all the Bible verses and all that stuff, but you're nothing in line with that, because she's a pretty chick. So it's like, it shouldn't be that hard to lock down somebody. So it's definitely a her issue. So
here's the type of chick that this is, right? She's what you call the untouchable, right? So
what do you mean by untouchable? I'm pretty sure she's fucking.
Untouchable meaning you smash and you dash. You smash and dash, right? You do not look to build a woman like this, because she's a type that is very combative. She's very judgmental. Like, she's a real and she's a type that is very condescending, right? So typically her level guy that would even get that type of woman to smash her would be an executive on up, right? And they won't wife her. They'll leave her. I think she has 2 fiancés. Yeah, she had 2 fiancés, and they all it didn't work out.
I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm imagining this. This shit funny. It's just the way their thought process work, right? So you're dealing with niggas in your tax bracket, and they don't fit the mold of somebody that you would find yourself with. So then I am thinking about it. She found herself dealing with a nigga that was making 70,000. Like, imagine that nigga trying to check her. Like, as condescending as she is, imagine that nigga trying to check her, but like, whoa, wait a minute. Who you talking to right now?
She said nigga 70,000 is out of her league. She won't even give you a chance.
Yeah.
Another video. She was like, the guy said 70,000. She was like, she said she may fuck with you if you have ambitions.
I know. She said I could put you on.
Yeah, she said I'll get your ass a job. She's like, I ain't fucking with you though. Like, I'll be on some big sister shit. Put you on a mentor protege program, but you ain't getting this pussy.
So he not. But here's the thing with women like that. If she out-earned you, nigga, you bet not whisper too loud. She dog walking your ass. She dog walking you. Because she is the elite of feminism. Her ego is, I am the prize. Oh yeah, no way. I'll smash her though, but I wouldn't put a ring on it.
But I did a video on her based on this, and I do agree with her position, man, because she's already built, kind of like what we were saying, 100. It's like, man, when you do get built up and you put yourself on a level, you do got to look at stuff a little differently. So I understand where she's coming from the position like, hey, if I'm, because you know the scenario they gave her in that what's tonight's conversation was, if you're making 500,000 and that person making 70, can you make that work? And you know,
no,
it's
I
gonna
thought
be
they
hard.
said 300. But even still, okay. But here's the problem. Even still, you make 500, I make 70. Why don't I qualify? Because here's the thing: just because she makes more money doesn't mean that she's better with money than I am. Number one. Number two. So what? You make more money, and so the fuck what? Are you a nice person? Am I like? Are you a nice person? Are you kind? Do you know how to have a like? What kind of person are you? Like, so what? You make that amount of money? Like,
so here's the problem, right? The problem is women are takers. They're built to be takers, not givers.
And that is why the high earning women are going to be alone. Exactly. Because you can't make it to this point. You can't make it to this point to be an outlier for women. Because at the end of the day, you're in a small percentage of women. So when you make it into this group of small percentage of women, you have to change your thought process. Like, you can't be a taker now. You just can't.
This is the problem.
Hey, real quick, Ruthless, a little bit of pushback, because the only way it'll be an issue, because man, I think more guys need to start thinking like her. We need to be little more conditional, because you know we be getting wiped out. Like, just man, we'll get the IHOP waitress and the person that makes lower. Say like if we were making 500,000, we'll dip down and get cleaned out. But I think where the issue comes, because this is what I was talking about in the video, like you said, if somebody has a mindset like you were saying 100, then yeah, you could get with that person, because like you said, they might be better with money. But it's just like, say like if she's used to going to trips like every other month and stuff like that, even though she's making that money, eventually she will have to cover who she's with. So after a while, that person's gonna get, you know, it's gonna be kind of become a burden. You see what I'm saying? So that's where it could become the issue and stuff. So
that's where the problem comes in. That right there is where the problem comes in, because when I do it, it's unconditional love. It's me provide. It's all of these things. But when you do it, it's me taking advantage of you.
Yeah,
that's where the problem comes in. If we're supposed to be one, we're supposed to be a team, we're supposed to be a relationship, everything like that. You shouldn't have a problem with doing this. The same way, if I was making 500,000 and she was a Starbucks barista, I shouldn't have a problem with paying for these vacations. If I was already going on these vacations before I met you and now you're in my life, I shouldn't have a problem with paying for you to go. If I meet a woman and she's already going on these vacations and she fuck with me the way that she says that she does, she shouldn't have a problem with it. Now, if I'm a lazy couch riding, weed smoking, ESPN watching, ain't doing shit type of nigga, I get it. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about a grown ass man that has a job and or career, has been living on his own for a while, is able to take care of himself. Like, we're talking about a full grown ass capable man. And you're disqualifying this fully grown, capable, decision-making man because of the number. Not because of any characteristic issues, it's the number. Because what if she does meet a nigga that makes 700? She makes 500. She meet a nigga that makes 700, but he has the same thought process of Ruthless. What's she supposed to do then?
Oh, she's fucked.
That's her fucking problem.
No, absolutely. Because I agree with you. So the issue, like you said, they're running into, and that's what I was saying earlier. They got the money aspect, but they also have the preferences. Like, he's got to be attractive. So if she wants to get somebody like financially that is in the same bracket, that nigga is probably like 5'3" with a beer gut. That's who she needs to be with. And she can't look at that nigga like she's settling. Because he'll have her on a pedestal and stuff like that. But she ain't gonna want to be with that. She'd be like, oh, hell nah, he's too short.
Hey, look,
he's
man,
not attractive enough. And that's their issue.
She can go find her a 5'10" enterprise branch manager that makes 85, 90 a year, goes to the gym on a regular. Like, she can go find one of them. Like, that doesn't sound unreasonable. A teacher, a fucking professor at a college.
So let me interject. Title of the show. Thank you guys for that great conversation. Great push right there, because you guys walked right into my title. Women are doing what they are built to do, and that is what? Take and not give, right? So we do understand that when you're talking about women, a lot of their visionary substance is an illusion. They don't see things the way we see things, right? Like, we see things black and white. Like, hey, if you make $200,000 a year and I make $70,000 a year, that's 270. Bam, we winning. Right, and as long as I'm loyal, as long as I'm not embarrassing your name, as long as we're in this together, it shouldn't be a problem. That's how we think. But then this goes back to the top. This goes back to what is when men say women need to pick good men, and this is where men miss it. For what is a good man to a woman, right? A lot of men say, "Oh, why don't you get a man with character?" Da, da, da. Because women don't view a good man character. They look at a good man, to them, is what they can benefit from at the greatest level. Women never loyal to a man, ever. She's loyal to her feelings and her emotions, what makes things she thinks is better. So therefore, a woman who is a high earner, she's making $300,000 a year, $500,000 a year, and you come in, y'all go on a few dates. You put up, you got great credit, you got 800 credit score, so you put in a nice little motherfucking Mercedes. You know what I'm saying? Few skirts, what's good? So she's gonna give you a little chance, right? She's gonna give you a chance for romance. She's like, okay, because she really don't know what you make, but in her mind, she needs to find out. You pick up a few times, you take her out to dinner, and then you ask her pivotal question, hey, you want to go back to my place next week and chill, or you want to, you want to have sex eventually, but before she give you that, she needs to see if you're on her level, because if you're not on her level, you're a bad man, and that's the illusion which reigns supreme in women's mind, and this is why sexual liberation had to come. Before sexual liberation, when they weren't sexually liberated, our forefathers saw that these women have to be contained. You can't let them have their checking account. You can't let them have these things, because if they do get this, they will run rampant. And now, guess what happened? The other men fell asleep. They lost focus, and they start letting women have access, checking accounts, voting, all these things, right? And now look where we at. Right? They're burning the house down left and right. You know what I'm saying? They're burning the houses down left and right. And they say, good man, they chase little dirt, and they're not going. Nobody, you'll see no group of women busting down the courthouse to get them one of them lawyer guys or a doctor guys, right? The guys who are, who work every day, work hard, they could get 100K, right? No, they're chasing the guys who they think can give them something that's unobtainable. And that's what women want right there. And this can never be satisfied. This can never be satisfied. So,
but Ruthless, let me ask you a question. Do you think like the kind of breakdown in that traditionalism that you was explaining, like what the forefathers saw is kind of beneficial to the way you live in that aspect? Because if we stuck in that traditional ways back then, it wouldn't be a lot of polygamy. Most families would be, like you said, probably connecting people. The parents would be involved in like
but they're still
getting people married and stuff like that. So do you think it's more beneficial for you like nowadays with how females maneuver?
No, because there was cheating going on, right? Motherfucker was still having, Pop still had a family on the other side of the track. Mom had a kid that popped out of her coochie and it didn't look like none of the other kids. Right? So we understand, right? So we understand it always been promiscuity going on from the beginning time. Women have always been out. It doesn't matter what time. It just was more contained, right? Because they didn't have as much access to a lot of things they couldn't do because they didn't have the access to the resources. They left that husband. If they left the husband, they was pretty much done, right? Because didn't nobody want to marry no woman with kids or ex-wife wife. Because there was too many other women who were single and didn't have kids back then, right? Now, it's a different ballgame, right? The women got the access. So I would agree. Back then, let's say I was where I was at back then, wouldn't have to have all these. I probably most likely would have been married with 3 or 4 kids already in one house and living my best life, right? So
you would have been miserable back then, huh? You would have been out there churning butter and shit with your family. You would have been pissed off.
No, because I would have the power. I would be reigning supreme, right? I'm bringing all the resources in. She's going to listen to me. I ain't got to worry about the police showing up to my door checking me, right? They pretty much back in those days, they let you run your house. As long as you want, you can't put no blood everywhere, but you was able to smack your girl around a little bit, put her in check. You was able to do those things. Now you cannot. Those things have been obliterated. You can't obliterate it. And then you got dudes like Watch 100, the occult movement, talk about she went from being a good follower to now she's a leader, right? Which is get
them 100.
Which is bringing in equality, right? Which is bringing in equality. So he's boosting her ego, as well as keeping her happy wife, happy life, right? So something and give and take. So it's understandable. But back in when them nigga motherfuckers going to war, Pop come home from war, he was the motherfucking boss, and there was no, she followed instructions. So it's just now the fluency of the relationships, the dynamics are, because of the structure that we in give women so much power of autonomy that men have to. The only way you're gonna have a marriage that lasts over 5 years, you're gonna have to happy wife and happy life it. This is no other way.
All right. For one,
going to cook them 100.
I think, for one, the woman picking the right woman, her leadership skills is part of that. That is part of why you're picking her. Because as the man, we all know that a man is supposed to protect his house. But when you leave that motherfucker, so when you're home, your life is the life that is supposed to be sacrificed to protect your family. So if you gotta go for your family to be good, that's how that's supposed to go as a man. But when you leave, the person whose life is now responsible for your household is her. So I think it's worth giving her at least a small leadership title, at the very least, a small leadership title of the little motherfuckers that's in my house, if she's at least able to put her life on the line for these little motherfuckers. That's at least worth that. So you playing it like it's some cult thing or some equality thing, like if that's how it has to be, fine, whatever. I don't see the problem with me picking the right person to take care of my home when I'm outside taking care of what needs to be done. That is worth a leadership role, and that does not sound fucking crazy. But giving her a leadership role does not mean that she run my shit.
Well, I'm just saying
things don't have to mean the same thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the definitions to the terminology change. Used to be great follower, now it's she's a leader, right? That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It went from one, it used to be, oh, she's a follower. Now it's a 2025. She's a leadership. She wears the pants like I do.
Nah, that's not what 100 said. What 100
Ideally is when she's my girlfriend, she is my follower when she's a girlfriend, because I need to know if she's even willing to understand and follow whatever the directive is. And when I make her my wife, yes, now she is a leader because she is upholding the directive. She is responsible for maintaining and upholding the same directive that I create. The directive that I create, she is just as responsible for maintaining, because if she is not motherly to my children in the same way that I am fatherly to my children, that is not conducive for my household.
So, right. So, like, listen, I'm not going to fight the power. I'm not going to fight the power. If you want your woman to feel like, you know, the commander chief, part two, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that, right? All I'm saying is with me, right? I look at things in just the way it is. I'm the leader, then there's followers, right? And this is the conflict. See, with your ideology, Watts 100, this is the conflict that has happened in a lot of homes. Because when women think they're leaders, they tend to think they can challenge the actual leader. So now this is where the arguments, this is where the house is divided at, right? And this is the problem. Women are saying, hey, well, if you don't listen to me, if you don't listen to that, this. Now the white men and Asian men bowed down. They said, you know what? Happy wife, happy life. So they're under your ideology, right? They're, oh, you're a leader. I've dealt with clients before when I went in the house and I'm like, sorry, what you want me to do with this painting, right? And he's like, well, you got to ask the boss. I was like, what the fuck? I'm looking around like, I thought you was the boss. I just say it. And I was like, who's the boss? He's like, my wife. And she coming down. These are white dudes, right? Asian dudes. Like, she coming down the stairs. Oh yeah, move that over here. Put this over there. I'm like, well, okay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, majority of white men, I would say 98 to 99%, their women's run that house and them, right? She's the boss. Not only of the house, but over them as well. And Asian men at a 95% clip. This is
and 99.8% of the men that you talking about ain't fucking with me. So what we talking about?
But this is, I'm gonna land it right here. For black men, we are the last ones. Well, the Indian men, the India from India, they kind of buck a little bit, but they're breaking out quicker. Black men, we are the last ones that are trying to reel our women in. White men are doing it too, because the manosphere has got white dudes too. But black men, for the most part, because we're so highly desirable, we still are demanding command of the ship.
I don't know why y'all think Karens ain't out here wilding just like black women are. What are we talking?
No, I just said that. I just said that. You know, in some cases, right? But what I'm saying is, most white men are bowing down to it, though. Yeah, and a lot of black men who marry, that's why they get white girls, they are getting crushed, right? So, but there are the few black dudes, it's like 20% of us that are still bucking the system. We think we're bigger than the program. And the girls are after women like Cynthia G, I'm sorry, and the Queen Maker are after us, right? They're trying to get us to comply, right? The SBG gang is after us, you know? Yeah, I mean, the SBG gang is after us, right? They want us to comply. This is why a lot of you will listen. I promise you, they know all them women that talk that shit of all the panel will ever pull up on Ruthless channel and ever talk to me or any of my associates. I would drop them instantly. I don't give a fuck. I used to pay, drop Venus and all them off, right? Bomb Cherry Juice. I'll pay hundreds of dollars because I would not tolerate. I don't mind this two women opinion. I don't mind them debating a little bit, but when they're losing, they get to name calling, they get to be disrespectful, and I pay to get them off. They would not come on this platform. That's why you ain't gonna see no women run over here. When I do go, I guarantee you, there's some women that want to come on here that I have not let come on yet. I'm gonna bring them up in the future here. I'm just waiting to get a few things done over here, but I let them know all the time. The sign of disrespect to my host, to the host, or any of my associates. She is so much raised a voice at one of my niggas. I'm gonna drop her in the back and give her a nice little soliloquy. Hey, you need to keep your composure, or we'll see you another day. And nigga ain't gotta pay money, no bounties to get it off. So this is where I'm at, right? I don't think women should ever usurp any authority over man, period. Because I just don't think it's a good idea. But once again, we're not a monolith, right? We're not a monolith.
And none of what I said did she say she had authority over me. I said the motherfuckers in the house.
But I'm just saying though, this is what I'm saying is this has been problem when men give up that type of reign. Women don't know how to handle it a lot of times. And I'm not saying in your case, maybe you're able to balance it out. You're an outlier. But a lot of cases, I'm telling you, white men, I'm in the bars, I'm in the sports bars. I'm just white man's crying like a motherfucker. They get dog walked. They get dog walked in their relationship because they gave her, oh, she's a leader. And then, especially when they're married, it's over. Once they're married, oh, it's over. It's over. You're done. You're toast. Nigga, she has all the leverage. She has all leverage. So I'm not mad at women for being the way they are. Do what you do, right? Do what you do, right? Niggas want to get dog walked. Some niggas is trying to buck. At the end of the day, I think the women are going to overtake. I am a dying breed, right? Once I die, it ain't going to be very many niggas be able to run this game like me, right? Because most niggas will acquiesce to women's standards.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the major issue, and I think that's why we got to start breaking out the conversations like that. Because what 100 was saying is he's getting somebody that's aligned with him from the jump. So I think that's the important thing. Like if you do it like that, then you could assign leadership to that.
Babe, if you could save that gazelle from getting caught from that cheetah, you'll get lucky tonight. Where you going? Where you going? Yo, what the heck?
What kind of clip?
So here's the thing. So here's why I can use that clip to. It don't mean nothing to the point that I'm making, because even if I choose the right woman, I would be willing to do anything. Like there are like men do things for pussy. Like we do things for pussy. And if this is mine, like if I know this is mine, this is my motherfucker. Like she followed the rules, she do what the fuck. Nigga, what you think I wouldn't chase down a fucking cheetah for that? Nigga, stop playing with me. What is wrong?
You got me confused with your other bitch.
What other bitch? I'm with you every single day.
That's why it's 100 right there. That is him.
I'm not chasing a cheetah for that. I'm not chasing a cheetah for that. Not for that.
Oh, that's why it's 100 right
Ruthless
there.
getting a little too nice with them clips.
Hey, that's the story of his life right there. He, you know what I'm saying? But this is the one thing y'all gonna learn. It's one thing y'all learn.
Women cheat for attention and understanding.
Hey, these women out here savage, but it's all good though. So I'm going to end the show. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming.
No doubt, no doubt. We need to do more tag ups, man. We might have to do a show with each other, man. Some reviews or something. Get it popping.
That's cool. That's cool. yeah, I got a lot of stuff coming. I'm just getting myself situated. I'm moving into a new crib probably next week. So I got a lot of things to get in order.
Would you get more rooms for the squad?
For the hoes.
No, I'm single. Well, I'm not single, but my women don't live with me. I get more room. I just moved to a new crib because I wanted something, I would say they gave me a little bit better design that I want. So that's all.
Oh, okay. Shout out to you, man. Congratulations on that.
So, on this note, I'm gonna.
What's something that give you butterflies?
Money. Money gives me butterflies.
Me and 100, we're gonna get you right, man. We're gonna have you out here swagged out.
Nigga, swag is my middle name. Nigga.
We're gonna have these chicks dropping bags on you.
Dudes, hey, I don't want. Listen, this is why I can get a rich bitch. I got it all. I got game. I can get a chick like for not, right? I can get a chick like for not, right? I can get her. I know exactly what to tell her. I know exactly how to make her accept me, but
that's easy.
The problem is I'm not going to accept your dog walks. It's just not going to happen, right? I know what comes with that. I know what comes with this type of women, right? If a man can accept, her talking to him any kind of way, and she having her motherfucking way all about I'm a strong personality, so it just wouldn't work for me. So I'm cool where I'm at. I'm keep my rotation, and that's how I'm gonna roll out. The other men who are house husbands, drizzle. You know what I mean? Hey, you better not whisper too loud. Till next time, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you for all who came to support. We out.
All right, peace.